You know, I was born in Alameda. I'm the son of a plumber, and my mother was a school secretary. Service, my two sisters are nurses. Service and service to others is what we do in our family. I'm the first generation to graduate from college and go on and get a master's degree. It was so important that my father had a really good, well-paying middle-class job that afforded all three kids to go to college and given me the position that I have today. And if it wasn't for that, and what really scares me about this economy that we see is we're losing those middle-class jobs. And we know that the key aspect in order to gain that is to make sure that we have a well-educated and healthy populace. And it starts with the schools. The county office can be an amazing place. It can be an amazing place to deliver services to school districts collaboratively throughout the county and to help those students. And that's been my passion for many years. I got my administrative credential here through the Leadership Academy program at Alameda County Office of Ed, where each district sent one employee. I know how important it is to collaborate and talk and work with people throughout the county, and there are many, many experts that have a lot of background and expertise that we can tap into. And we need to make sure that the county office comes to them and make sure that we have those technological innovations that brings the county office to them. And my background has always been about making sure that people understand what we're doing and why we're doing it. Because as I said earlier, I can't do this alone. I want to make sure that we have a good governance team with the board and to make sure that we work together, because it's not about me telling the story. I can add 7 more people telling the story in the districts throughout this county. And as I convince every one of you that we come to this plan, again, we're telling the story throughout the county. I want every single superintendent, school board member, and principal to say, you know what, we need that county office of education. They provide us with valued services. They make a difference. And that's really what it's about, is making a difference. I'm very honored to be endorsed by the 2 preceding superintendents. Augie Skornyanki and Bill Burke have endorsed me. I've also received the endorsement of Joan Buchanan, who's the Assembly Chair for Education for the state of California. I've also received the endorsement of Senator Mark DeSaulnier. And the one that's very special to me is our former State Superintendent of Public Instruction, Delane Easton. And she was really one of the last bully pulpit state superintendents that we have that was really strong in advocating for students. And what makes it feel very special to me is that these are people that believe that I can do this job, that I can make a difference, and that I can deliver the services that are needed to our students throughout the county, and also have the credibility to hold those districts accountable and to work with them to push and prod and make them, to help them to implement the LCAP. Thank you.
I have the credentials to be the superintendent of Alameda County Office of Ed, and I tell you that because the credentials really don't mean anything. I have a master's and a doctorate in educational leadership. But you know what, if I can't do my job, degrees don't mean a blooming thing. And so one of the things that I want to tell you, and I hope maybe you've gotten a feeling for today, is that I have fresh ideas, and I'm determined to improve Alameda County Office of Ed to become the premier county office of ed in the Bay Area and beyond. My campaign platform is based on a collaborative, systemic approach to soliciting and collecting ideas and conducting a needs assessment from all stakeholders across Alameda County in this journey to improve education for all of the students and the working conditions for employees within the districts and Alameda County Office of Ed. Before I forget, I have my flyers, my platform, so if anyone would like them, I brought I think 30, and I'd love to give them to you before we leave. For the last 15 years, I feel like Alameda County Office has lost sight of its mission and purpose. Superintendents, instructional leaders, teachers, classified leaders and staff, community leaders and parents tell me that there's no outreach from ACOE. The fundamental part of ACOE's mission should be customer service to all school and community college districts in the county, providing cutting-edge professional development around Common Core standards, smarter balanced assessments, the best practices in ELL and regular ed instruction, such as SEAL training, GLAD, 21st century education, science, STEM, science, technology, and engineering incubation are just a few of the many needs in education across Alameda County. Another important yet missing facet of an effective COE is the hosting of dynamic and robust job-alike and specific consortiums that develop practical intellectual and synergistic networking to promote and motivate educational leaders, teachers, businesses towards improving delivery of instruction in the 21st century. In order to develop ACO into a dynamic think tank institution that incubates and supports a progressive educational forum, I'm asking you to support me. I don't think we need more of the same. I think we need new and fresh ideas, and we need to have the modeling of those ideas from the top. Finally, once again, I want to let you know that I do have the flyers, and I'd be happy to pass those out. And also that I have a website, and if you looked for mine and you couldn't find it, it should be running by Monday. So it's brand new. Thank you.
Thank you. So, I've worked with many of you over the past more than 2.5 years since coming to Alameda County Office of Ed. And I have to say that my chief decision to run for this office was you all. It absolutely was. It was getting to know the people and the programs and the passion of the folks at ACOE and what you all represent and what you all have done and what you all stand to do. So that's what I'm proud to have done, and that's what I'm proud to plan for, to vision for with Alameda County Office of Ed. We are the second most diverse county office of ed in the nation. We have a reputation for focusing on issues of equity, for looking at each child as an individual and figuring out how to reach and teach each one. That's my passion. That is what I see you all poised to do, and I don't think we're broken. We absolutely are not broken. Can we get better? Absolutely. And that's what I hope that we will continue to be, a learning, improving, growing organization. But I believe that we have the skills and the expertise to be everything we can envision, everything that we want to be, and everything each child in this county deserves from us. So we have done a fabulous job of fiscal oversight. We are building an incredible team to oversee the local control accountability plan. We are partnering with districts in ways that we are getting incredible feedback from them. We are going out to districts. We are having our partners come in here. We are meeting their needs in ways that they are expressing. And I think that's key. I think that is why we exist. We exist to help further the goals of the districts we serve, to help those students be successful. We don't exist to help further our own goals just so that we can be an incredible agency. We want our districts to thrive. We want our students in our student programs and services schools to thrive. We want them to be the best in the state and the nation. We have work to do, and I feel that we're poised to do that work. We've already begun that work, and I'm excited to continue doing that with you, and I hope that I will have your support. I would like to continue this for many years to come, to partner with you to get exactly where we need to be. Thank you.
As you know, my name is Ursula Reed, and I really believe that my career has been a journey. I started in my career as a speech therapist, and then I went to become a teacher on special assignment, working in Oakland on the expulsion panel, working with those students that you see and you work with here in the county, the students that fall between the cracks. I worked on the expulsion panel for 2 years, and then I went over to Hayward, and I became a principal. I worked in a school that would receive those local control funds because it was a Title I school-wide school with a majority of second language learners, and it was Title I, so it was all low socioeconomic students. I also worked with 2 different schools at the same time. We had a budget with the 2 schools of over $20 million, and I had 80 staff members. After leaving that job, I went back to Oakland and I worked in student services. I worked with transitional families and with transfers and students that were back on the expulsion panel. Then they put me in charge for 4 years of the Oakland Truancy Center, where I saw the students that were on the streets every day, the same ones that we end up in our juvenile system. We did a wraparound program with probation. We made sure that those students got everything they needed for the time that we had them. After those 4 years, I ended up working in human resources. I worked alongside CSEA in Oakland. We have 11 school unions in Oakland, and I had 4 of them in the classified side: SEIU, CSEA, the Teamsters, and the Painters Union. And I worked from the ground up writing a contract for the police, school police department with CSEA. I have the background in schools. Not only do I have the background in schools, but I am a 2-term elected official in San Leandro, serving in a government level. That is different than any of my opponents. And I believe that makes the difference, because I want to relook at this job where we take private partnerships and work with our public so that we are engaging outside of the school environment, taking it out to our Google and our local sports. I've met with all kinds of people that are interested outside of the school system, coming into the school system and working with us. That's where I make the difference, and that's why I hope that you will vote for me.
Thank you very much. So at this time, I'd like to thank the candidates for coming out tonight and give them a round of applause. And I also like to thank the volunteers who sat here today, the panelists, for asking each of the panelists questions. As well as thank all of you for coming out tonight on a busy night that you all have tight schedules. And thank you once again to the ACTA team as well as the CSA team who worked